Well, howdy, everybody. It is Monday, and it is good to be back with you. If you've been following my channel, you know it's been a while since I've done a Monday Motivation. It's been crazy. It's been hectic of a summer here in the Ninotowski home, but glad to be back with you, and glad to be sharing this book. I really, I love this book. Um, but anyway, you might hear some screaming children in the background. That's because friends are over and they're in the pool. It is summertime, and yeah, I've been busy. Speaking of all the busyness, I just posted an update as well. You can check that out. I'll post a link up here in the corner for you. But yeah, it's summer, so it's been crazy. In fact, so crazy that look, you can see the dust like forming on my table. I have not been drawing because all my time has been spent at the computer getting Shadow Century ready for print and getting all that stuff done. So anyhow, I could finally kind of start getting back and doing some cool stuff that I enjoy, which is looking through books and talking about some awesome stuff. So, without further ado, guys, we're going to be looking at The Crow, James O'Barr. This is the graphic novel that was published, put all into one from these amazing comics. And so I found this when I was probably in middle school. This was after the movie. I saw the movie. I loved the movie. It was great. Then you have the tragedy of Brandon Lee passing away during the filming, all that stuff, and then finding the comic, reading the comic, and just being blown away by this. It's an indie book, and being, uh, a kind of '90s comic reader, right? All the crazy dynamics, the West Coast hatching, all that stuff. This, oddly enough, this one I still loved it. It's so much different from all that, but there's just something about it. The only way I can explain it is it's raw. Just the raw art, raw emotion, raw feeling that you could tell James O'Barr put into it, and I don't think I knew at the time, but I recently found out that this whole thing was born out of James O'Barr's tragedy of losing his wife to a drunk driver, and so kind of knowing that, and then kind of rereading it, but also like remembering everything that I read, and just the story, just everything about it is just so raw. It's so raw emotion. It's just like you know just the character himself. It's like, I don't care anyway, anyhow. I'm going to freaking kill you. I mean, um, it's great. It's raw emotion, and it's pure. I think it just comes from a pure spot. Um, it's one thing if you're like trying to create a character and make things up, but when you are able to do it from the emotion you feel or something you've experienced, it comes across in a whole different way, and it all makes sense now to me, like why this book is so impactful and so powerful is because it came from that point in his life when it's like this was like his coping mechanism. This was how he dealt with the tragedy and just all those emotions and feelings he had. I can't imagine just someone kills your loved one, and it's like you want retribution, you want justice, you want something to be done. And I don't know if the drunk driver lived. A lot of times they do, but who knows? But still, I mean, it's just that tragedy and having to deal with it, and when you go through the book, it's almost it comes across like scattered almost, but then but it all comes together. So you have like these flashbacks, and just he'll be thinking of the Crow will be thinking of his wife, and just kind of like he's like going crazy almost, and just suffering, and it comes across so well through the storytelling. Um, anyway, you could tell from the artwork, it's not the best in the world, but it's still really good. And then you have the cut scenes, I guess, of these like different flashbacks, and just this kind of stuff. And Here I'm like a teenager, right? And I don't think my parents would have let me bought this had they known like some of the stuff that was in this. There's nudity, there's all kinds of stuff. Um, but I just remember reading it and just being so floored by uh, just everything about it. Um, and then to go back to the movie aspect, I reread a bit of it and I love it because so much of the movie comes right from the book. There's quotes, it's like direct from the comic, and I think that's what made the movie so good as well. It's like it picked up this raw emotion. It picked up the story that James O'Barr was trying to tell, and it did a really good job. So anyway, there is so much in here to look at. I don't know if you guys have ever read this, but I mean, if you like the movie, you will really like this. But here you go. He's like, putting the IVs in his chest, and it might not follow exactly like the movie, but it's all in here, and there's more. I don't think it all made it, but it's all in here, and it's just great stuff. You know, and then you get these just amazing double pagers and just this awesome artwork. Just so much time and effort put into these pages. And I love it too how it's like you'll have the ink, you'll have the ink wash, and it's just kind of like, it's a bit scattered, like I said, but it's beautiful. There's like poems scattered throughout. Just all kinds of stuff. So anyway, lastly, I'll just say this about okay, they did change this part when he actually does die, and the whole, how he died and how his wife died. They did change that. I did forget about that, but yeah. T-Bird. The new movie coming out. This kind of, because of the new movie coming out, it kind of like brought up like, oh man, The Crow. I love that movie. I love this comic. The new movie, it irks me because it's like, why do a new Eric Draven story? Especially, I mean, don't mess with it, man. Don't mess with it. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but it's like, come on, we don't need another Eric Draven. The beauty of The Crow is anybody can come back from the dead to set the wrong things right. It could be anybody. Like, I hate how Hollywood just has to like redo stuff over and over and over again. Like, give us a new Crow, give us a new story. We don't need a new Eric Draven. I think Brandon Lee's was perfect, and he's gone. It's like, move on, guys. Like, don't mess with something that does not need messing with. So, anyhow, fantastic book, full of just raw emotion, just a beautiful vigilante story. It's ranked 37th, I think, out of 100 for ING's ranking of heroes, and it's just a great book. And I know it continued on after this. I don't think I picked up a few issues, I think, after Image started publishing it, but yeah, but this was all I needed. There's so much great stuff in here. So that is The Crow, fellas. I hope you guys enjoyed some of this motivation. But yeah, but he's even shooting up over here. It's crazy. Anyhow, irony. Look at these great shots. James O'Barr is a great artist. I love guys who can do not just, the pen and ink, can do other mediums and just do just as well. It's great stuff. So, yeah. Alrighty, y'all. Hope you enjoy this. This is a wonderful book. Check out that awesome artwork there. This is all James O'Barr. It's fantastic. So, lots of iconic images of the Crow found in here. Really great stuff. Alrighty, y'all. It has been fun. Happy Monday to you. Check out that summer update. Some good stuff in there, and then also about YouTube things coming up, and memberships and all that good stuff. So Thank you guys for being there. Appreciate you. Leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and till next time. Peace.